In nearly every ancient tradition, we find a mysterious reference to something called the waters of the deep, an endless dark expanse, symbolizing a void filled with pure potential, waiting to become something real. In Taoism, for example, it's described as a constant flow of source energy, limitless and inexhaustible. Take from it, they say, and it's instantly replenished. This idea is mirrored in Christian creation, where before the world took form, the earth was described as without form and void. And darkness was upon the face of the deep. This might be the most important video you'll see today, maybe even this year, because what we're about to explore is bigger than any single self-help tip or manifestation hack. This is about uncovering the very nature of reality itself, the forces shaping it and the role you play in bringing your world to life. This isn't just theory, it's practical, transformative, and grounded in ancient wisdom, backed by modern science, but to truly unlock it, you have to watch all the way through. These waters aren't just a poetic image across cultures, they represent the raw, unshaped foundation of existence, the primordial essence from which everything springs in Gnostic law. This concept appears as the pleroma, a boundless fullness containing all possibilities waiting to emerge into form when touched by conscious thought. Similarly, in alchemy, there's the concept of prima materia, or first matter, the core material that alchemists believe can be transformed, into anything. Guided by intention and skill, the same theme appears in Hermeticism, where the Virgin of the world holds hidden knowledge within a silent waiting void accessible only through an awakened mind. Here, as in other spiritual teachings, we find the idea that beneath the visible world lies an endless sea of potential, a boundless source that flows into reality through our awareness and intention to understand how we interact with reality. We have to talk about one of the most fascinating discoveries in modern science, the double-slit experiment. It's a famous experiment in quantum physics that reveals something profound about how our attention, our very act of observing, changes what's real. Here's how it works. Scientists sent particles like electrons through two slits and observed their behavior when they didn't observe the particles directly. They behaved like waves, creating a pattern of possibilities, a spread of potential outcomes like ripples on a pond. But the moment scientists actively observed or measured the particles, everything changed. The wave of possibilities collapsed into a single fixed outcome. The particles suddenly acted like, particles, tiny solid points, instead of spread out waves of potential. This is known as wave function collapse, and it suggests something astonishing. Reality at its core exists as a set of potentials until we focus our attention on it. It's almost as if the universe itself waits for us to decide what's real. Think of it this way. Reality is a canvas of infinite possibilities waiting for us to bring it into focus through our conscious attention. So what does this mean for us? In simple terms, it shows that observation isn't just passive. Conscious observation plays an active role in shaping the world. This concept is echoed in ancient philosophies like her ISM, which teaches that as above, so below, suggesting that the outer world mirrors our inner focus, and the Gnostics spoke of a primordial awareness that beings form out of chaos. Much like how particles emerge from the wave when observed, as powerful as the double-slit experiment is, it's just the start of understanding our role as creators in the universe. If our attention can influence something as small as a particle, what could it mean for the world around us? The MPC indication is that every moment, consciously or not, we are shaping our reality by where we place our focus, and that focus has the potential to bring our intentions and dreams into the physical world. Now that we understand how consciousness shapes reality, let's look deeper into ancient wisdom that guides us on how to use this power. Hermeticism, an ancient philosophical tradition rooted in the teachings attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, offers a framework of principles that can transform our understanding of reality. These Hermetic laws teach us how the universe operates, and when we align with them, we can manifest with greater clarity and purpose. One of the most well-known Hermetic principles is, as above, so below as within. So without this means that the outer world is a reflection of our inner state and vice versa. If we want to see change outside of us, we must first change within. This principle aligns perfectly with the double-slit experiment we just discussed. Our internal focus determines what becomes real in the external world. Next is the law of vibration, which teaches that everything in the universe is in constant motion, constantly vibrating. These vibrations create what we see as solid matter. Our thoughts and emotions too carry vibrations that influence what we attract into our lives, by raising our vibration through positive thoughts, gratitude and love. We align ourselves with higher outcomes, just as tuning to a radio station connects us with a specific frequency. Then there's the law of mentalism, which says that the all is mind. Essentially, the universe itself is a mental construct shaped and influenced by the collective mind. This is why focused thought is so powerful. Our minds are many universes projecting outwards and influencing the collective reality. When we think with intention, we are literally influencing the fabric of existence. Another key law is the law of correspondence, which teaches that there's a harmony and symmetry between different levels of reality. This means that changes we make on a small personal level can ripple outward to create change on a larger universal scale. This interconnectedness is echoed in modern ideas of the unified field, where every part influences the whole. And finally, the law of cause and effect. Nothing happens by chance. Every action, every thought, every emotion sets into motion a corresponding effect. This is the foundation of karma and manifestation alike. If we want to create positive outcomes, we must start with positive intentions and actions. Every decision we make sets a cause in motion, shaping the outcomes we experience together. These hermetic laws don't just explain the mechanics of reality, they empower us. They show us that when we work in harmony with these principles, we become active participants in the universe, directing the energy around us instead of being at its mercy. So how can we begin applying these principles to manifest what we desire? The answer lies in conscious alignment. Understanding these laws and aligning our thoughts, feelings, and actions accordingly. We'll explore exactly how to do this as we continue, so we can move from understanding to truly embodying the art of manifestation. At the heart of every great spiritual teaching and modern understanding of reality lies one fundamental question. What is consciousness? And perhaps more importantly, what role does it play in shaping the universe around us to truly manifest the life we desire? We must first understand the nature of consciousness and the role of the self in the grand desire in Neoplatonic thought. Consciousness is seen as the animus mundi, or the world's soul, a universal mind that connects everything. It's the creative force that breathes life into the universe, expressing itself through every individual being. This isn't just a poetic idea. It's a reminder that each of us is connected to something infinitely larger. We're like individual waves within an endless ocean, and yet each wave contains the essence of that entire ocean. In Hermeticism, this connection is reflected in the concept of the inner circle, which represents the soul, or the self surrounding it, is the outer circle, the greater universe, the source of all potential. These circles are one and the same, showing us that what we seek outside of ourselves already exists within our consciousness. Bridges this inner and outer reality, making us both the observer and the creator. But to access this creative power, we must go inward and understand the nature of the self. Think of the self as an artist, holding a brush with the potential to paint any picture it desires to bring that vision to life. The artist must first know themselves, their tools, and their intentions. When we understand that our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are these tools, we gain the power to shape reality with intention. This is where the process of self-reflection, or gnosis, comes in. In Gnosticism, gnosis means knowledge. Specifically, self-knowledge through deep self-awareness. We become attuned to our thoughts and emotions, and we realize that we are not merely our minds or our bodies. Instead, we are the conscious beings behind these experiences with the power to direct them. Meditative practices can help us reach this state by observing our thoughts without identifying with them. We start to see patterns in how we think and feel. We understand that we're not just products of our thoughts. We are the awareness beneath them, choosing which thoughts to nurture and which to release. As we align with this deeper sense of self, we begin to shift from being passive receivers of life's experiences to active creators of them. When we embrace our consciousness as a creative force, the potential for manifestation becomes limitless. We stop seeing ourselves as separate from the world around us and start to recognize that everything we see, feel, and experience is deeply interconnected. The separation dissolves, and with it so does the illusion that life just happens to us. This journey of self-awareness and self-mastery is the foundation of manifestation, by understanding and aligning with the true self, the observer, the creator. We can begin to consciously shape reality in ways that reflect our highest intentions. In the next section, we'll explore how this inner alignment paves the way for manifesting change in the external world, bringing our vision from thought to reality. To understand how reality takes shape, we need to look at two powerful forces that are all around us: light and sound. Both of these aren't just physical phenomena. They're carriers of information and energy that connect us to the deepest layers of existence. Let's start with light in both science and spirituality. Light is seen as the essence of creation. Physically, light is made up of photons, but it doesn't behave like a simple particle or a wave. It exists as both carrying potential until observed. This ties directly into what we've seen with wave function collapse, where light takes on a specific form, only when it meets conscious observation. Ancient teachings knew this truth as well, describing light as divine energy, the messenger that connects the heavens and the earth. In many spiritual traditions, light is associated with knowledge and awakening. When we talk about someone being enlightened, we're referring to a state of awareness that comes from within, a state where they are in tune with the deeper truths of existence. In the same way, when we become aware of the light within ourselves, our true essence, we begin to see reality with greater clarity, recognizing our role as co-creators of the world around us. Sound, too, is much more than it seems at its core. Sound is vibration, a frequency that moves through space. It's invisible, but its effects are deeply felt, just like light. Ancient cultures understood this, often describing the universe as being spoken or sung into existence in the Bible. For example, creation begins with the word words. Let there be light. In Hinduism, the primordial sound is said to be the vibration that set the universe into motion. Modern science shows us that sound can physically change matter through resonance, somatics. The study of visible sound vibrations demonstrates how certain frequencies can form complex symmetrical patterns in materials like sand or water. This isn't just a scientific curiosity, it's a glimpse into how sound, like light, can organize reality, shaping the formless into form. So why does this matter? When we speak, think, or even feel, we are generating vibrations, just like light and sound. Our thoughts and emotions emit frequencies that resonate with the world around us, attracting experiences that match their vibration. By becoming aware of the frequency we're putting out, we can begin to consciously align ourselves with the outcomes we desire, tuning our inner vibration to match the life we want to create. Light and sound remind us that reality isn't just physical, it's vibrational. The more we understand and work with these forces, the more we can align ourselves with the energy we want to bring into our lives. In the next section, we'll explore how this understanding of vibrational reality can be used to manifest change on both personal and collective levels, turning intention into reality. Some of the most groundbreaking discoveries in science have come from thinkers who weren't afraid to explore ideas on the edge, the so-called fringe, where science meets spirituality. Figures like Nikola Tesla, Leonardo da Vinci, and more recently Rupert Sheldrake dared to ask questions that crossed deep boundaries, blending curiosity with an openness to the unknown. Tesla famously said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." These words resonate deeply with what ancient spiritual traditions have been teaching for centuries, that the fabric of reality is fundamentally energetic, made of vibrations that we interact with every day. Tesla's pioneering work in electricity and energy was driven by this insight, and it led him to ideas that seemed almost magical in his time. Another example is Leonardo da Vinci, who didn't limit himself to one field but explored art, science, and anatomy and mysticism together. For him, nature was a living text, rich with interconnected patterns that mirrored the divine. His studies bridged science and spirituality, challenging the rigid beliefs of his day and leaving a legacy of innovation and insight. More recently, scientists like Rupert Sheldrake have studied the interconnectedness of living organisms, proposing theories like morphic resonance, which suggests that all forms of life are connected by a collective memory that influences growth and behavior. This concept of a shared energetic field isn't just scientific speculation. It echoes the Hermetic principle of correspondence. The idea that all things are interconnected and changes on one level can ripple across all others. What's remarkable is how these forward-thinking scientists arrived at conclusions that align with